Hello and welcome to Rogue Talks. So today we are delving into a pretty delicate subject. So we're going to have a look at a clip of Macy Gray on the Piers Morgan Uncensored show, and she is talking about transgender. So we'll dive in, we'll have a look, and then we're going to have a little chat.
If I asked you what a woman is, what would you say?
I would say a human being with boobs. You just start there.
Yeah, I mean, the dictionary is quite straightforward. It just says
And
a
a
human,
vagina.
adult, female,
Yeah.
right?
No, a lot of people. Yeah, see, that's a little getting confusing. The whole he, she, they. That's getting a little.
And I'm not
wrap.
sure why, really. It's a bit like this whole issue of transgenders in sport. It's like I support all trans rights to fairness and equality.
Me too.
But not where you have people born to obvious physical superior bodies.
Me too.
Transitioning and then thrashing the women at their sport.
I totally agree. And I will say this, and everybody's gonna hate me, but as a woman, just because you go change your parts doesn't make you a woman.
Right.
Sorry.
You feel that?
I know that for a fact. Like, if you want me to call you a her, I will, because that's what you want. But that doesn't make you a woman just because I call you a her and just because you got a surgery.
Well, so Macy Gray said these statements on Piers Morgan Uncensored, and then she got quite a bit of backlash from I assume the trans community. So it's a tough one, isn't it? Because there is that whole thing, what is a woman? And for the trans people, they're saying that if you feel like a woman, then you are a woman. Which is really an opinion, and Macy Gray's given her opinion, but because she's given her opinion, she's then called transphobic, she's called probably a lot of other things, a bigot, she's been threatened, and it's just a little bit crazy that you're not allowed to have a different opinion, otherwise you get absolutely harassed, which is such a shame, because surely trans should have rights, but also everyone should have rights. You should have the right to be able to state an opinion without being harassed. And I understand that saying that it's a fact that a woman is someone who is born with a vagina and boobs and a womb and that sort of thing is controversial nowadays, even though when a lot of people were at school, like probably when Macy Gray was at school, a woman was that. It was a fact. It was scientific fact that was a woman. And obviously now there's a lot of people saying gender is fluid, and you can be non-binary, and all of these other things. But again, these are all opinions. So they're just the opinions of the trans community that you can be non-binary or, gender fluid or all of those things. And other people have got different opinions, which I think, isn't that okay to have different opinions? As long as you're not going out to hurt those trans people in terms of physically, and you're not trying to, harass them and that sort of thing. If you're just stating your point and your point of view and your stance on life, then I don't understand why you should be attacked for that. So we're now going to look at quickly another video, which is Macy Gray again. This is actually on the Piers Morgan Uncensored, but it's him looking at her doing an apology. So we'll jump into that.
You were on the Piers Morgan show, and there was a question about trans women.
I think that if you in your heart feel that that's what you are, then that's what you are, regardless of what anybody says or thinks. But yeah, I've learned a lot, absolutely, and I'm glad I did.
Have you, Macy? What have you really learned other than the mob rules? That's the way it works these days, isn't it? You pander to the woke brigade or you be damned forever. And for those people who think this is all trivial culture war stuff, a peculiar obsession of people who spend too much time on Twitter, we'll take a look at this post from J.K. Rowling yesterday, when she talked about the impact that it's had on her, this cancel culture. Endless death and rape threats, threats of loss of livelihood, employers targeted, physical harassment, family address posted online with picture of bomb-making manual aren't mean comments. If you don't yet understand what happens to women who stand up on this issue, back off.
So again, J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, also stated that she thinks a woman is someone with a boobs, a vagina, and those sorts of things. And I really understand why they're saying these things in a lot of ways. Like when you have transgender people competing, especially the ones that are identifying as females, that then compete in female sports because they have a clear advantage. And there's people out there saying they don't, and I'm just like, I mean, it's ridiculous to think they don't have an advantage. It's crazy. Like, they clearly have an advantage. And I just think that it's definitely not cut and dry. I'd love to hear all your comments and views on this issue. Let me know what you think. I am all up for trans rights. They should be able to live their life. They should be able to, I'd always address someone by their preferred pronouns as long as, it's not absolutely outrageous and I feel like they're just doing it for attention. But if someone wants to call them he, she, or him, her, whatever they want, I will address them how they want to be addressed. I'm not saying I'll never make mistakes, because I will. Sometimes you revert back by accident, and that happens, and I'm sure that most of the trans community are aware that can happen, and that's just a mistake, not trying to be transphobic or anything like that. So let me know your comments, and I will speak to you the next time. Thanks, bye.